Hi, this is Kimberly, and thanks for joining me today. It's the Coffee Chat with Kimberly, and David DiPaolo, the President and CEO of WorkCompCentral, is here. David has embarked on a wonderful opportunity for our industry, our California workers' compensation industry, to acknowledge some of the best in our industry with the Comp Laude Awards. So David, tell us a little bit about what the Comp Laude Awards are.
Well, thanks, Kim. The Comp Laude Awards were conceived to reward and recognize not only the professionals in our system that do an outstanding job and embrace workers' compensation as the truly beneficial social force that it is, but also to recognize injured workers and their employers who really made a difference and made a great effort in successfully getting through the system and returning back to work and really becoming a better part of society. We want to reward and recognize professionals in our industry that have done an outstanding job of claims management, of education, of learning the system and getting people to understand what workers' compensation is all about and how it betters society. And we think in the grand scheme of things, you know, there's so much negativity about workers' compensation, and really it's our mission with these awards to bring out the best in people and demonstrate to the rest of the world that, you know what, hey, work comp is really a valid social benefit system that brings more to the economy and takes care of people. So that's really, it's to recognize the good that this industry does.
I think that's really wonderful, and as you mentioned, recognizing to others in the world the need of why we have claims professionals and workers' compensation being so important. This is one way to really get that recognition out there.
It's absolutely true, Kim. I mean, I always go back to the concept that workers' compensation is the single largest privatized social benefit system in the entire world.
Wow.
I mean, the only thing that's bigger than workers' compensation in the United States is the Social Security system. So if you look at it at that scale, we do a very important job. We take care of a lot of people with this system. And yep, sometimes people get affected and things don't turn out the way they expect. But most of the time, you know what, we do a great job. And I think we need to recognize that.
Yeah, and when we think of we, it's such a broad and diverse group of professionals that are in the workers' compensation industry. So for the Comp Laude Awards, what are the categories? Who can participate?
Well, we're looking to reward and recognize attorneys, physicians, top employers, the top claims administrators, both individually and organizationally, judicial officers, judges, injured workers, people that have really gone through the ringer and have come back and showed grit and determination, support service providers such as interpreters, copy services, whatnot, those that make the claims process move as smoothly as it can. And of course, seminar presenters that we have at WorkCompCentral providing education to the industry, because they're very important too. I think that education is so important. Things are so dynamic in this industry that we need to recognize that there are people that are able to communicate that and educate others to keep this process moving as smoothly as we possibly can.
Well, that's very broad. So really it sounds as though any sector within workers' compensation, and very interesting that it's not just for an individual, that we could have corporations nominated or a division within a company.
Absolutely.
As a part of it.
Individuals, companies, and divisions within companies.
Really great. And who can nominate?
Anybody. You don't have to be from California in order to enter a nomination. Only the nominee has to be California-based, because we're a small organization, so we can't cover the whole nation right now.
Yep.
But, you know, I know that there's, for instance, a lot of claims offices out of state that do California work. Well, they have contacts within the state. They should be able to nominate people just as well as anybody from within the state.
So it is doing individuals, companies, divisions doing business within the Division of Workers' Compensation for California specifically.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
That's really great. And then you may have a few criteria that they may go through for each of the different types of sectors, possibly?
Yeah, it's not a complicated process, but we do have some minimal qualifications. For instance, a claims adjuster needs to have been an adjuster for 3 years, specializing in California claims. And so there's various qualifications, not very rigorous, but we do need to narrow it down accordingly. And then the big part of the nomination process is the narrative at the end of the nomination. We really want to know, tell us in your own words, why that person or that organization or that division is so special and what they did that brought them to the pinnacle of
propelled them to that point of success.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Driving some change and benefits. That's great. And then how does the judging work? I know I was very honored that you asked me to be a judge, but you've got a great selection of judges. And how does the judging process work once the nominations are in?
Well, we have a nomination closing date, and then once those nominations are brought in, they go through a qualification process to make sure that all the nominations met our specific criteria for nominating. So if there's some fields that were left omitted, or if there was a non-California person nominated, obviously those nominations are going to be kicked out.
Okay.
So after they have been reviewed, then those nominations go to our panel of judges, and we have 5 judges who are all top leaders in the industry, and I am not one. But and it goes to them. The judges will then debate amongst themselves who appears to be the most qualified out of those nominations. Again, the narrative portion of the nominations is the most important element, because it's the narrative, it's that description of what wonderful things were done to really bring out the human qualities. We're looking for great human qualities, people that are passionate and make a difference in this world in workers' compensation. And that's very simple. That's how that's how it works. Yeah,
your energy around it's just invigorating. I'm so excited to be a part of it and see the recognition that our claims professionals will receive out in California. Why did you decide to start the Comp Laude Awards? Obviously, it's been something you probably thought about for some time.
I've been wanting to do this for a really long time.
That's good.
Really long time. Being a member of the media and in the press, I end up becoming, and I think a lot of people do in this industry, becoming a bit jaundiced about what we do, and there's so much negativity in surrounding the jobs that we do. There's fraud claims, there's complaints about underpayment or people not getting enough money or delays in medical treatment, but there's so much success stories in workers' compensation, and we don't focus on that. And I'm an optimist. I'm generally a pretty happy guy, and I just thought, well, we're sending the wrong message not only to the rest of the world, we're sending the wrong message to our own industry. And if we're going to make this industry vital and healthy, you have to look at the positive side. We do good things. There's no reason why we can't advertise that to the rest of the world.
That's great. That's great. And how do individuals go out to make that nomination? Where do they find information to actually nominate?
Probably the easiest way is just type in Comp Laude on your search.
Comp Laude.
C-O-M-P, new word, L-A-U-D-E.
Yeah.
But you go to the WorkCompCentral site, of course, and there's plenty of links and navigation aids to get to the nominating forms and all of the other peripheral matters that surround the Comp Laude Awards. And that's probably the easiest way to go.
That's great. And most importantly, we get to find out who the award winners are on December 6th. WorkCompCentral will have a gala event, and where will that be located?
I'm really excited about this because the gala event is part education and then part party.
Celebration.
We're going to celebrate, I like to party. I have a lot of fun. So anybody that's been to a WorkCompCentral party knows I like to have fun. So we'll sit around, we'll sing the WorkCompCentral song, and we're going to have a great time recognizing all of these wonderful people that have contributed so much to society and contributed to the workers' compensation industry. And so that's going to be December 6th at the Sheraton Gateway LAX Hotel.
Great.
And it's just going to be an awesome time. If you don't go,
great,
you're going to miss out on just a dynamic
great
time. Lots of fun.
And stay tuned. WorkCompCentral will be putting a lot more out on their Comp Laude Awards. Please go out and nominate. We want you to participate. Thanks.
Thanks, Kim.